All right, 10 minutes. We can do it. I can recap you in 10 minutes. This is the Build in Public series. And whoa, things are going well. But that is not how I felt yesterday. So most of the time people think I'm like never down or never doubtful, but it's not true. 97% of the time I am high flying, high vibe, whatever the kids are calling it now, but positive, ready to ready for whatever, think I could do anything. Like that's 97% of the time. 3% of the time, I'm like, this is too much. I don't want to do anything. Maybe I should just be homeless. Like they have, maybe they have a good idea. And then I'm like, no, I want more out of life. I can do this. I can do this. And then I get back. So I had a great night's sleep. But yesterday, let me tell you about yesterday. So yesterday, I did the first day of the Prosperous Barber League. And I was so happy in the beginning of the day. And then as the day began to go on, I noticed that some technical challenges were happening. And oh, technology. Oh, technology. Let me just wrap it up by saying I didn't know how many people had signed up. Turns out I had more than I thought I did, but they didn't all get the emails, blah, 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 blah. Um, so on one side it was good, like, oh, bad news, oh, good news, oh, bad news. Like on one side I got good news, on the other side I got bad news. And I'm really just learning. This is what I learned. I'm just gonna tell you what I learned from yesterday. Forget it was some mistakes. Some things went well, some things did not go well. We don't need to recap that. If you were there, you were there. If you're not, if you weren't there, you missed it. But just understand I'm building in public and I learned some things. Here's what I learned. First thing I learned was you've heard me say it before, and I'm going to say it again, and I absolutely stand on it. I need a partner. And this partner, I'm so clear that this partner is good at technology and marketing. Those are the two things. I would love for them to be good at bringing traffic when I say marketing. So, because I can like write marketing copy, I can come up with a marketing strategy, but to drive traffic, not my thing. So, yeah, marketing and technology. Now, somebody's going to say, well, you can just hire somebody to do the technology. True, I could, but I don't want to. I want them to have some stake in the game. I want them to, because I've done that in the past and works sometimes it doesn't. Most of the time it doesn't. And so this is where I am. That's the first thing. I'm right in the sense that I need a partner. But in the meantime, I just keep going. And what I'm doing on my own is the Prosperous Journal, the Prosperous Barber Journal. The Prosperous Barber Journal is the weekly mental health system, money system, and business system that you are going to get from me. You'll also get one more thing, and that is I call it the prestige, because I don't think that barbers understand how important they are. I don't think that barbers find prestige in their job, and they need to. And so it's going to be this like, did you know? Did you know this about being a barber? Did you know this about the industry? Whether it is something the industry has coming up or it's something that the industry is known for or did, even if it's way back in the past. So a little bit of history and a little bit of like the future, I guess. So that's what that Did You Know section is going to be about. So those four things are going to come to you on Monday. And that takes 5 minutes to read it. It'll be, four short paragraphs. You read it, get yourself uh, motivated, activated for the week. And then there will be a form eventually. Once I get 50 subscribers to the journal, there'll be a forum where we can discuss and have conversations together. But in the meantime, I have one product that I am really focused on, and that is the one on one. I am going to put together 10 to 12, 10 to 12 barbers to do one on ones with. If they want to get together and, you know, talk shop, shoot the breeze, learn from each other, they can. But the group thing, not so much. It's just, I don't even know that barbers are asking for a group. Now I am building the world's largest global barber network, but that's through the Prosperous Journal. The Prosperous Barber Journal is where that will happen. And so, yeah, this whole group thing, that's what I learned. That's the third thing I learned is I hope I'm on number three because that's what I think I am. But the third thing I learned is that this group thing is not going to happen the way that I thought it was going to happen. What I am really good at is one on one. However, one on one caps, you know, this is the part that we talk about, you know, whether you're a doctor or a therapist or a barber, if you take one on one sessions or appointments or whatever, eventually you run out of time and you can only have so much. But that's why I do the thing that I do with barbers, and that's help them find revenue streams. Now, at one point in my life, I had 7 revenue streams, and that's when I was at my most lucrative. I would love to get back to that, but I don't want it to. But I think back then, maybe like 3 of them, maybe 4 of them required me like at all times. Anytime that they were going to generate money, I needed to be there. And I have to change that. But I have things like Insight Timer. I still have Insight Timer. I still have my Kajabi courses, which that will be available to the private clients I have, but I will eventually turn that on for other barbers to buy into. Will not be a group, but they will have access to digital mental health and money systems. So what I learned is that the group is just not going to happen right now. It is what it is. It's just I have to say stop at some point. And everybody's like, no, no, keep going, just keep going. It took so and so this long to build their thing, and da, da, da. I was like, yep, I hear you. It's no. I've been trying to build this for years, and it's no. It's no for now. I'm not building a barber group community like where we meet every week. Sorry, barbers, I'm just not doing it. If you want me to do it, if you want mental health in that way, then we're gonna have to talk about that. I'm open to the discussion. I want to do it, but if you're not taking action, then I'm not going to be able to do that. The second thing about that is one on one is what barbers are asking for. When they said, "No, no, I just want to talk to you. I don't want to be in a group." That's what I keep hearing, and it's like, okay, well, if you just want to talk to me, this is what it costs to talk to me. In order for me to do this on a one-on-one, I'm only going to be able to talk to 10 or 12 at a time, and because I still want to do my private retreats. So that is the max that I can do. So that it has to be priced at a certain thing. So if you're willing to pay that price, then that's what we do. Um, and the first couple of barbers will get it for lower than the other ones will, because I'm going to have to raise that price because, this is what I teach, and I have to practice what I preach. Practice what I preach. Yeah, that's the way that goes. Anyway, what else did I learn? I took some notes. Hold on, let me see. Um, I learned that yeah. So this January 1st, I think sometime January 1st, June 1st. This June 1st was the beginning. I think they call it like a the window opening or like the doors opening or something like that. I think it's more like that. Like June 1st was the first day that I opened the doors, and it's like a soft launch. So yes, that's what I want to say. June 1st is like a soft launch. So we opened the doors, but June 15th will be more of the launch. That'll be the real grand opening. So for June 1st through the 14th, there'll be, giveaways and just stuff to get you all motivated, activated, excited, thrilled, delighted, whatever the word is. And then on the 15th, that's when we really say, all right, now here's what's for sale. So along the way, I'm learning. And so that was that. And the podcast. I learned it. I love it. I love it so much. I love podcasting. I love going on podcasts. So if you have a podcast and you're looking for someone to talk about mental health and money, specifically those two together, because money is the number one cause of stress, whether you have a little of it or a lot of it. And I'm going to show you how to reduce your stress using mental health, reduce your money stress using mental health systems. So if you need somebody to come on your podcast to talk about that, I'm your lady. So I'm going to go on other people's podcasts. I am going to have my own podcast continue. I'm going to do a better job at that every single week. There will be an episode. There'll be an episode here on YouTube. There'll be an episode on Spotify. It might come on Apple right now. It's not. I told y'all months ago. I forget. I forgot the Apple sign in, and then I tried to sign in, and I don't have access to that email anymore. And it was just a very snafu fiasco kind of thing going on when it comes to technology. I was like, forget it. We'll just be on Spotify. Who cares? That's where you can reach me because everybody can be on Spotify because only Apple people can be on Apple Podcasts, right? Who own Apple, but even everybody for Android to Apple. So we might as well just be on Spotify. So that was a decision. This son and I decided we're working together. We have an agreement, and it's gonna be it's good. It's working out fine. It's going to be great. But my mistakes. This is what I learned. Another thing: mistakes create shifts. Like big mistakes create big shifts. And I'm making a big shift. I don't know that my mistake would be considered big. Nobody in business would say that. They're like, you forgot to connect the form to the thing and the girl. That's not big. But to me, it felt big. Claude was cussing me out. He was like, yo, what you're tripping right now. Like all of this we did, like you need to be like, you need to practice what you preach. You do look at what went well. And I was like, all right, okay. There was a lot that went well. But that mistake, I was like, it was so Kene. But I was like, it was so Kene. So if you know yourself and you know that's not your strength, and we talk about practice what we preach, I preach, I preach, I preach to focus on what you do well. Oh, I got a session. I gotta go. Oh, that was the other thing. I should say. I have 2 sessions, 2 private barber clients right now, and that's going really well. The podcast going really well. These building public um videos going really well. I'm having a lot of fun doing them. What else is going really well? Meeting barbers, like reaching out to people. I'm DMing people. Feels a little weird, but it's working. And everybody's so respectful, and that's going well. I have a barber that I'm going to meet in person here. I'm in DC. I don't know if I told you that. So I'm in DC. We've already agreed to meet in person. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. So I'll come back and tell you how that went. And so things are really going well. But I got down yesterday and I'm up now. And I was a little bit focused on that big mistake that I made. That it felt big to me. Partly the reason why it felt big is because it's happened to me so many times. And doing the same thing, expecting a different motherfucking result. Oh, I think I should edit that out. But yeah, that right there, I do that. I did that. I did that. I did that human thing. And I was like, you know what? You know how I'm not gonna make this mistake again? I'm not doing this no more. I'm not doing another freaking live webinar event. Nor am I doing a group at all. How about that? How about that, universe? Mic drop. And I'm done. Anyway, for real, I am done here. You've got the update. Building in public is fun, but it's a little bit embarrassing. Because I was like, I'm just gonna have to be honest and tell y'all what happened. I was gonna lie. I was tempted to lie. I was like, I went great. I have so many people there. Oh, you should have been there. And I was like, yeah, no, you can't keep that up. You won't be able to keep that up. You're not that other therapist. Oh my God, that was so bad. On that note, I gotta go to work. I'll see you guys sooner. I love you muchly.